Hello everyone, welcome back. How are you all? Hope you all are doing fine, right? तो ये जो स्लाइड देख के आपको पता चल रहा होगा कि टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू photosynthesis or at the end of this process you can understand why it is important for the life on all the life on earth. Clear? तो आज हम कवर क्या करेंगे? फोटोसिंथेसिस डेफिनेशन, व्हाट आर द रॉ मटेरियल्स, देन लीफ स्ट्रक्चर. अगर लीफ के डिटेल इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में आपको जानना है, अभी ये 10th ग्रेड में नहीं है, उनको डिटेल स्ट्रक्चर दे डोंट नीड, तो इसके लिए और एक वीडियो बनाऊंगी जिसमें इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ लीव्स मैं पूरा एक्सप्लेन करूंगी. देन व्हाट इज फोटोसिंथेसिस, द प्रोसेस एंड व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. क्लियर? So definition. See this before going. How all are related. Sunrise, the plant and the food we get. Clear? So photosynthesis के लिए if you compare photosynthesis, you can compare this with our own kitchen, right? Our kitchen जैसे हर घर में एक एक kitchen होता है. Similarly, एक plant का भी एक kitchen है, that is the leaf. Leaf is the kitchen of the plant. Similarly, हर घर में मम्मियाँ खाना बनाती हैं. So mummy is the cook. Similarly, in plant, the cook is the chlorophyll pigment, which is highly main ingredients or main जो जरूरत है, that is the chlorophyll pigment. Why? Because it absorbs the sunlight. और उसके बगैर खाना बनेगा नहीं. करेक्ट? देन हमारे घर में खाना बनाने के लिए बहुत सारे इंग्रेडिएंट्स चाहिए, जैसे मसाले, सॉल्ट, हल्दी. सिमिलरली जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स प्लांट को चाहिए खाना बनाने के लिए, दैट इज द मेन इंग्रेडिएंट्स जो है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर. क्लियर? देन so that's why you can compare this plant with our home kitchen. Okay, so what is the definition? The process by which green plants prepare their own food from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. तो photosynthesis means जिसमें glucose is prepared as a food and oxygen is released as a byproduct, which is highly essential for all the living beings. Clear? See this SWCC, you can learn you can remember in this way. SWCC-GO. SWCC जो left hand side में है, these are the things required for photosynthesis. जो right hand side में है, these are the products जो last में form होता है at the end. So sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll, SWCC. Glucose is the food that is produced and oxygen is released. Here. See, this is the leaf structure. इसके बारे में मैं बता रही थी कि इसका एक अलग से वीडियो बनाऊंगी. Internal structure of leaf. See, this is upper epidermis, this is lower epidermis. Two type of cells are there. This is palisade and this is spongy. Okay, stomata mostly जो ज्यादा रहता है वो है palisade cells में, spongy में थोड़े कम रहता है. And जो guard cells जो which is required for carbon dioxide entry जिसके लिए चाहिए, that is mostly present in the lower epidermis. Okay, क्लोरोप्लास्ट का जो यहाँ पे देखो ये क्लोरोप्लास्ट. So this is the stoma. Through stoma carbon dioxide is absorbed, right? See this video. So you can find it. This is what is this? This is thylakoid. What is thylakoid? These are coin-like structures stacked one above the other. And group of these thylakoids are called grana. Leaf structure के बारे में आपको I think you completed this chloroplast in 9th grade. So this is called as a group of thylakoids. They are called grana. And see this video. At the end, glucose and carbon dioxide are produced. Okay, clear? Next, the process. ये picture में see what are the things? Sunlight, then root absorbs water, carbon dioxide enters through stomata, and then glucose is produced and oxygen is released. Clear? So think of photosynthesis as a plant's way of cooking its own food using a few simple ingredients and a little bit of natural magic. What is the magic? That is the sunlight. How sunlight falls on the leaf, the chlorophyll absorbs it, then it helps in photosynthesis. That is the magic, right? Nature's magic. So here is how green plants turn sunlight into glucose. The power source, that is the sunlight, and it absorbs by chlorophyll. Then water. The plant's roots are busy soaking up water from the soil. This water travels all the way up through the stem using a pipeline called the xylem to reach the leaves. आपने पढ़ा है 9th grade में xylem for water and mineral absorption. Phloem is for food. Then breathing, carbon dioxide. Plants have tiny pores called stomata on the underside, lower side of the leaves. They use these pores to breathe in carbon dioxide from the air. Then chlorophyll, it is the green kitchen. Inside the leaves are tiny structures called chloroplasts, which contain a green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll acts like a solar panel, trapping the light energy so the plant can use it. So, at last क्या होता है? Glucose form होता है. Using that trapped energy, the plant prepares glucose, a type of sugar that serves as the plant's food. Okay, so which is the main plant food that is prepared in photosynthesis? So that is glucose. इसमें कंफ्यूज मत होना कि ग्लूकोज एंड स्टार्च के बीच में जो एक्सेस फूड स्टोर होके रहता है दैट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टार्च, बट जो मेन फूड दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इज glucose. Okay, then the gift to us. Why? Because oxygen is very essential for all the living beings, right? And that is only released in the process of photosynthesis. As the plant finishes making its food, it releases oxygen back out through its pores into the air, जो हम inhale करते हैं, which is very essential for our breathing, right? See, this is the photosynthesis chemical equation. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water मिलके glucose is produced, that is C6H12O6, and 6 molecules of oxygen is released. So this is the process, photosynthesis chemical equation, याद रखना. Okay, clear? उसके बाद क्विक रिकैप करते हैं. Where does photosynthesis takes place? Inside the plants, that is chloroplast. Clear? Which gas do plants take in from the air for photosynthesis? ये याद रखना, टू गैसेस इज रिक्वायर्ड इन फोटोसिंथेसिस, एक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और ऑक्सीजन. तो ये याद कंफ्यूज मत होना कौन सा एब्जॉर्ब होता है कौन सा रिलीज होता है, राइट? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एब्जॉर्ब होके ऑक्सीजन इज रिलीज्ड. सो which gas do plants take in from the air for photosynthesis? जो photosynthesis के लिए चाहिए that is carbon dioxide. What is the green pigment that traps sunlight? Chlorophyll, xanthophyll, carotene, anthocyanin, that is chlorophyll. Clear? What is the main food made by plant during this process? Starch, glucose, cellulose, sucrose. It is glucose. Confuse mat hona, I already told. Starch and glucose. Excess food is stored in the form of starch, but the main food prepared is glucose. Clear? Which gas is released as a byproduct of photosynthesis? Oxygen. Clear? अच्छा, ये है 1 mark का question, that is green pigments. Which define photosynthesis? Photosynthesis process you have to define, right? The process in which green plants prepare its own food in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, in presence of chlorophyll, and it produces glucose and oxygen is released. Name the green pigments present in leaves, that is chlorophyll. Clear? Write any 2 raw materials required for photosynthesis. What are the 2 raw materials? Main, एक है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और एक है वाटर. Clear? Which gas is released during photosynthesis? Oxygen. Why is sunlight necessary for photosynthesis? Why? Because it helps in splitting of water molecule. Splitting of, मेरे हैंडराइटिंग पे मत जाना, ओके. वाटर मॉलिक्यूल. ये हेल्प्स इन स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ वाटर मॉलिक्यूल, तो इसी से ऑक्सीजन रिलीज होता है. क्लियर? सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, व्हाई इज सनलाइट नेसेसरी फॉर फोटोसिंथेसिस? इट हेल्प्स इन स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ वाटर मॉलिक्यूल. क्लियर? सी assertion and reason. Assertion is photosynthesis occurs only in green parts of the plants. Reason is chlorophyll is required to trap sunlight. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation. Both A and R are true but R is not the correct explanation. C, A is true but R is false. D, A is false but R is true. See here, photosynthesis occurs only in green plants. This is correct. Okay. And chlorophyll is required to trap sunlight. Yes, only in green plants chlorophyll is present, which helps in absorption of sunlight, absorbing sunlight. So this is also correct. So the correct option is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation. Clear? So option will be A. Third is, a student covered part of a leaf with black paper and kept the plant in sunlight for 6 hours. After testing the leaf with iodine solution. Iodine solution का क्या काम है? किसमें यूज होता है? स्टार्च, करेक्ट? ग्लूकोज टेस्ट में. Only the uncovered part turned blue-black. Okay? So, why did only one part turn blue-black? Why? Because, see, जो पार्ट ब्लैक पेपर में कवर्ड है उसमें सनलाइट नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है. ओके, तो उसमें जिसमें सनलाइट नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है, इन दैट पोर्शन देयर वोंट बी एनी फोटोसिंथेसिस. द प्रोसेस विल बी स्टॉप्ड इन दैट पोर्शन. क्लियर? जिस पोर्शन में सनलाइट आ रही है, सो रेस्ट ऑफ द लीफ, तो उसमें फोटोसिंथेसिस होगा. इसीलिए कवर्ड पार्ट में फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं हो पाएगा बिकॉज इट कांट एब्जॉर्ब सनलाइट. ओपन जो कवर्ड नहीं है, इन दैट देयर इज सनलाइट. दैट्स व्हाई द अनकवर्ड पार्ट टर्न ब्लू ब्लैक. क्लियर? व्हाट डज दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट प्रूफ? इसमें से क्या पता चल रहा है? इसमें से यही पता चल रहा है कि sunlight is highly essential for photosynthesis. Clear? So, thank you everyone.